Hello, Starcraft fans. This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between RunaMok and Brilliant on Terraform, the Ladder Edition. On the top left side of Terraform, the Ladder Edition, we have the red Terran player. It is RunaMok. And in the bottom right of Terraform, the Ladder Edition, we have the blue Terran player. It is Brilliant. So a TVT on the channel. I don't cast these very often, but when I do, they're pretty fun usually. They come down to some pretty crazy decisions, some good tank splashes. It's usually not much of Liberators and Cyclones, but you know what? Terran players need to learn to use those units as well. Maybe someday they will consistently do so. Alright, so this should be posted, I think, sometime when there's a gap between the betas available, or the beta has closed, and retail has launched. The beta closed, or will close, on November 2nd. And the retail doesn't launch until November 10th, which means there's 8 days in which I can't play or watch replays for Legacy of the Voids. So what I decided to do, instead of going dark for a week, was make a buffer for you guys, because you know what? I love you all so much. Every single one. I wish I could give you all a hug for subscribing to my channel, all 2,000 plus of you. Makes me teary-eyed. Anyway, because I love you, I am definitely going to have a buffer up, so you'll not notice anything different. 2 casts per day, including Whiteraw, including Puck, including people like Walnut and Everz, Telecom, and RunaMok, and things like that. So again, just know that I love you. Just know that anything posted between November 2nd and November 8th is because I love you and feel the warmness and the goodness inside. It's warmth. Man alive, I majored in communications in college. I should not say things like warmness. It is warmth. That is the accurate statement. Anyway, Starcraft is actually happening here. Brilliant is getting a Reaper expand play from the Terran player. I think RunaMok recognizes that's what's going on here. Gonna head on up to check and see if there's a third base, maybe? I think just trying to run away to make sure the Reaper doesn't kill it. Scouting out again is Brilliant, recognizing it is not a Reaper expand, but instead Marines. Marines don't do super well against Reapers, depending on how they're microed. So let's see what Brilliant does here. Dun, da, 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 moving out across the map, saying, hey, high five, SCV, thanks for scouting for me. No problem, Reaper. Why do SCVs have high voices? I don't know. This actually forced the Reaper to turn around and go home. That little harassment from this SCV. Wow. Alright, anyway, SCV is going to die at this point because the Reaper wants to kill it, wants its blood. Blood does come out of Reapers when they get hit. KDA charge expiring or exploding after the SCV has died. And the Reaper back on its mission. He says, moving on through the jungle across this little desert plain. There are Marines, though. Might be enough Marines at this point to deal with the Reaper, and especially if they're ready for it. No, they're not. Instead, the Hellion does get a shot off here. KD8 charge blows everybody back as the Reaper dies. 10 damage is done to everybody who gets hit by that KD8 charge. It is a refreshed spell for the Reaper, so it has a cooldown. And you can do it as much as you want, as long as you wait for that cooldown to come up. So right now, Brilliant is on 2 bases to 1 base for RunaMok. He needs to make something happen here. These Marines are trying to kill these plates because they get in the way. They are annoying to click on in the later game. SCV here for RunaMok, trying to throw down a command center of his own, but again, a little bit behind. RunaMok is behind as well in the worker count, 25 to 23. Nothing to be seriously worried about, but here comes the medevac moving out across the map. Hellions as well, going to try to make some harassment stuff happen with 2 Hellions and 2 Marines inside a medevac. No. Hellions might get picked up, might go for this front door, but there's a bunker, not really a good place for Hellions to be. Yes, they're going to get picked up and loaded on into the main base, and here they come. Are you making me a liar? You're kind of making me a liar. Oh, there were more units in that medevac than I thought. Widowmine and Marines all drop on the high ground. Picking up the Hellions would be step 2, I think. And indeed it is. Elevatoring them right on up here. And what's available here? A tank and a bunch of Marines. That might actually be enough to hold this off. The tank is going to have to be the MVP here for this battle. Target firing the Hellions first of all. Very, very smart indeed. And then going after the Marines. And all the Marines get cleaned up. Widowmine almost kills the siege tank with its Widowmine-ness. Not quite, though. And Vikings going out after these medevacs as well. Wow, that was held pretty well by Brilliant. I would have to say, finally using a scan to clean up that Widowmine. A lot of stuff is hurt, but Units lost tab is not that bad for Brilliant. It was 1 Reaper, that was earlier, 3 Marines were lost, that is all. Saving that base, dealing with that harassment from the red Terran player. So well played on Brilliant's part. Third base coming up here, RunaMok winning that battle. RunaMok sending over a Banshee without Cloak. Cloak is on the way, so never mind, gonna have Cloak by the time it gets there. Well timed indeed by RunaMok. And here it comes with its little hover propeller blade. Gonna kill what? There's a lot of Marines here. Oh, there goes the Cloak. There goes the scan, though. Oh, brilliant. That was brilliant. I know that's redundant, but that's the word that came to mind. Probably because this is this guy's name. Just well played. Look, I mean, that Banshee came in. It had Cloak. The Marine spread was fantastic. The Vikings were here. The scan came up exactly when it needed to. And RunaMok's Banshee harass fell flat on its face. Another Banshee trying to harass over here, but a missile turret will be ready for it. I don't think there's any way that can happen. Marines scouting things out for Brilliant as well. 34 to 41 Harvesters. Brilliant. Playing this well. Cloaking. Moving on in. Trying to kill stuff at this base, but again, missile turret taking some shots from the turret. Oh no! Oh, and actually kills the Banshee. I feel like if she'd continued going this way instead of going this way, she would have lived, but no, instead she ends up dead. Ooh, just like that Marine. Takes a shot from the siege tank to the face and explodes. Body parts flying everywhere. Starports landing. Barracks landing as well, using the very nifty Legacy of the Void ability, wherein you can pick up fully sieged siege tanks with a medevac. Because hey, why not? It's 2015. We have the technology. Another Banshee. RunaMok, are you a glutton for punishment, or is this one actually going to work? Let us sit back and watch. Hey, actually getting SCV kills here. Oh, 2 kills on that guy. And nope. Flew in range of a missile turret, I have to assume, and got killed. Yep, there's that turret there. Yep. Flew in range of a turret, ended up dead. So resources lost should really favor Brilliant at this point. RunaMok has lost, yep, 1,000 minerals and 325 gas. Meanwhile, Brilliant has only lost 400 minerals and 50 gas. So definitely in favor of the blue Terran player. No big stinking deal. A ton of mules being thrown down here, though, for RunaMok at this third base. A small push with drops and Vikings coming in. 2 tanks actually inside a medevac. When's the last time you saw that? It has been a while. It seems like Terrans prefer to pick it up in siege mode, but you can only fit 1 that way, and this way you can get 2 inside a single medevac, so I guess that makes sense. What are built over here? Okay, actually there's a sensor tower, but way too late. Here comes the drop. Tanks dropping on in, sieging up immediately. Good spread on the Marines at the same time, killing SCVs. A lot of SCVs have died. Here come tanks of their own, but guess what? Vikings killing both of the medevacs in short order. But there are more Marines coming up from RunaMok, just going right on top of that tank and killing it, forcing the retreat from Brilliant. He managed to survive the attack. Somehow, I don't know how, but it was good. I think he just had more Marines. Losing the medevacs hurt, but all this production is really paying off in the long run. How are the upgrades on these guys? None whatsoever, but +1 and +1 are on the way, as well as stim. So, you know, they'll be good Marines shortly. Another player really taking a 4th base at this point, just kind of trying to get the 3rd base up and establish. A lot of workers here taking that additional gas. So a total of 7, oh, actually going for 8 refineries now, compared to, it looks like just 3 for Brilliant. So RunaMok wants that gas, is very heavy on the gas. Upgrades, I think, are what he's going for, and as we have seen on my channel, upgrades can make a big difference in games. Even if you out macro somebody, if they have better upgrades, it can make a difference, a big one, and cause you to lose the game. So dancing around here, it's another small push here from Brilliant. Here at the 9-minute mark, tanks on the high ground, Marines on the high ground, +1/+1. I don't know if it'll finish in time for this to work. Scouting Marine takes some shots off and then gets blown up. Poor guy, blown backwards, his rifle fallen by his side. It was his own very rifle. He loved that rifle so much. Picking up again, and I thought he was going to attack the 3rd base, but instead maybe just going for the main again. What would be interesting, sensor tower never finished, so Brilliant would not, or RunaMok would not see it coming. Sieging here, and then picking up and sieging. Running on out, and pretty much sitting at the front door. I think that's the plan. Yep. Zoning out any attempt to bring reinforcements from the main base or from the 2nd base. Trying to kill all these workers, going after the orbital command. as well. How is RunaMok going to deal with this? Runs in some Marines to try to whittle down this number here, and coming from the bottom side as well. Marines, tanks, smashing down both of the tanks for Brilliant. All the Marines are gone at the same time, and the medevacs are going to escape because they have the boost ability. 4 medevacs, I think, will live to see another day, but again, pretty well defended. These guys go home saying, oh, I thought we could hold that for sure, but good timing, bringing guys from the top, the Marines, bringing the other units from the bottom side, doing a pincer movement to catch Brilliant and kill all of his stuff. Well played indeed, RunaMok. So let's see, 134 to 127 total supply. RunaMok is ahead, 57 to 63 Harvesters. Brilliant is ahead on that count, making a lot of bunkers as well. But the upgrades just now starting here, it looks like. Oh, that's level 2. Oh, Brilliant has upgrades as well. Latte, what's he up to? +1/+1, and yeah, +1/+1 here. So even upgrades at this point. And Vikings say we can't attack things on the ground unless we land. We don't like doing that, so we're just going to run away. It is tanks. Ooh, a lot of tanks here for RunaMok. Slowly pushing forward with that siege tank line, unsieging and run away. Running away is Brilliant. Blood seeping into the ground there. All those Marines that ended up dead. How many Marines have died in this game? 25 total for RunaMok and 27 total for Brilliant. Just a Marine massacre. You do not want to be a Marine in TVT. So many Marines die in these matches. It's very, very sad indeed. Vehicle weapons level 1, making the tanks that much more potent for RunaMok. That'll be nice. How are the tanks? I can't see them right now. No big deal. But Marine on Marine action, tank on tank action here. Neither player has upgrades at all. The Marines are low on health for RunaMok, but enough to get through and crush the opposition. Getting right on into the third base, going after these add-ons, going after the barracks themselves. Supply depots are falling at the same time. Reinforcements trying to come in. Siege tanks dropped on the high ground to try to compensate. And yeah, doing a pretty good job of killing the Marines that are here as well. That's it for Brilliant. Totally getting wiped out at the same time, losing this base. All these SCVs are going to die. The orbital command is forced to be lifted off. It's probably going to die as well, taking those shots. Reinforcements are trying to come on in here, but there are more medevacs than Marines, I think, which is never a good thing as a Terran player. It is now 4 base to 3 base total. RunaMok playing this very, very well indeed. Barracks exploding. Production facilities very, very low right now for Brilliant here at the 12-minute mark here. The tanks on the low ground going to try to make a difference and try to find those SCVs. He is SCV hunting indeed, and he's going to find them coming from the left and the right, so there's nowhere for them to run. Oh, look at that micro, just herding them into a corner and then massacring them. They don't even try to get out of there. Okay, they kind of do, but there's nowhere to go. Ouch. What's that from? Nowhere to go. Ouch. Is that a basketball thing? I don't know. That reminds me of something. It's a quote from something somewhere. If you know what that is, let me know in the comments. Nowhere to go. Ouch. If that's, why is that so familiar? It's late. I'm casting late. My brain is doing weird stuff. I don't know. RunaMok 158, 160 to 106 total supply here, and stemming forward. Good reaction time. Brilliant getting out of there, lowering some of his siege tanks to the ground. It is a Marine tank battle for the ages here. Okay, not for the ages, but pretty good. No less. +3 attack on the way for RunaMok. +2/+2 has finished, and +2/+1 available for Brilliant. That armor is on the way, but not quite here yet. Retreating some of his units back, bringing other units up to the main base. It is a double-pronged attack, trying to kill stuff here. The missile turrets, though, have other ideas. Run! Oh, almost lost that medevac, but did not. And look at, accidentally in the wrong place at the wrong time here. RunaMok just decides to retreat. Instead, landing his units is Brilliant, but not much to attack instead. What is RunaMok doing? Why are you coming in here? Oh, the Marines came from the top side. They're going to try to catch the units from the bottom and the left, and they do, right on top of the tanks from the back. They're slowly getting whittled down by the Marines, but the Marines from RunaMok should be attacking up here instead of going after that natural base, and Brilliant might actually win this attack, but no. RunaMok with a +1 attack here, giving 38 damage to that, and that's it. GG from Brilliant. He is defeated, and RunaMok is victorious. So yahoo, pretty fun little TVT game there. Again, you don't see many Legacy of the Void units. I hope that will change. If you have a TVT where Cyclones or Liberators are used, let me know. I think that'd be fun to cast. You can send it to falconpaladin@gmail.com. But anyway, pretty good stuff there in the end. RunaMok was able to come out on the top pretty much due to good positioning and good pincer movement type attacks. I really feel like his upgrades are a little bit ahead as well. And being able to kill that third base pretty much won him in the game. It snowballed from there for Brilliant. So fantastic play from both sides, though. Brilliant played a very, very nice game. Nothing to be ashamed of. Indeed, sometimes you just get beat. even though you play very well. So this has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, enjoy the music at the end of the cast, and you take care of yourself.